Go. Oh, sorry. Welcome to, yeah, we're a bit out of it today. Welcome back to our SUTV News special report, Hidden Barriers, and we also welcome our listeners on 88.7 WSYC. We're simulcasting with our broadcast partner tonight. So you've heard the stories of our fellow Red Raiders, and some of them aren't your typical students as you saw.
Now we ask you to move from your role of observer and to move to active participant in this discussion for the next half hour and after you leave this room. Even those of you watching from home can participate in our discussion on our Facebook page. You can post your questions on our wall and we'll include them in the discussion. We've gathered a group of people who in different ways work to bring diversity and tolerance to our community.
So it is my pleasure to introduce our panel. We're going to start with Lieutenant Crystal Turner Childs. She is the director of the Equal Employment Office for the Pennsylvania State Police. Dr. Allison Carey is the professor of sociology in Shippensburg. Carissa Llewellyn, editor-in-chief of the Slate newspaper. Beside Carissa is Charlie Mitchell. We profiled him as well as Dee Grasso and the recently elected Student Senate President, Comfort Dixon. Congrats on that, by the way. Absolutely.
We've chosen this format for the program to encourage thoughtful discussion and want everyone to participate. To keep it organized, we'll set up a few guidelines. Kyle and I will start with a few questions for the panelists, and you're welcome to add to the discussion or ask questions. Please just step up to the microphone. That will indicate to us that you'd like to talk, and then we can call on you. This way, even the folks watching from home can hear everyone. If you have a question for one of the students that we've highlighted, please indicate so. Then we'll ask them to step forward to the stage.
All right, so we're going to kick off with a couple questions ourselves, and then we would like you and our audience and also our online viewers to comment as well. I want to talk to you, Charlie, Dee, and Comfort. Do you think that the barriers that you face that we covered in Hidden Barriers will be helpful or any hurtful to your professional goals? Dee, we spoke about, you said you were a liability in our interview.
Yes, I did. I think it would help me in the future for future employers and future universities even to kind of accommodate the students that when the freshman class comes, they don't know who to expect. They don't know who has disabilities. And I think it'll help, whereas in the future that they could lower the dining hall facilities and lower some of the bathroom sinks to accommodate for everyone.
Okay, Comfort?
I think anytime that we have awareness, it helps out. We just brought to light the awareness of, the barriers that females have. So putting that to light makes people more conscious of these barriers, which can help for the future.
Okay. Charlie, you have anything to add?
I think anytime that that they make anything aware, anybody aware of what's going on campus. And the fact of it is that there's going to be, I think I'm just one of many that's going to be coming to campus. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be coming to campus that are not traditional students. And the fact that they are not traditional students and everybody's aware of that they can do just as, they can do anything anybody else can do is a positive thing.
Okay. I'd like to ask Lieutenant over here what you think. Chris, if you could pass the microphone to her. We heard the story about Comfort. She says that balancing, her personal life and a work life and also being Black can be challenging. And you work with the Equal Employment Officer, or as the Equal Employment Officer. Can you add to that?
I would agree with her comments that it can be challenging, but I would also say that you take that challenge and you use it as fuel in order to overcome any adversity that you might face.
Okay. Can you tell me a bit more about your rise within the state police?
Sure. I've been in the state police 13 years, February 28th, and started off just like everybody else does as a trooper, as a road dog on the road, loved to arrest people. Had a lot of fun doing that, and then I worked in a little bit of what you're doing, public relations. I used to be the public information officer for Troop H Harrisburg. And for those of you that do not know what the public information officer does, whenever stuff happens, when there's crashes, there's mayhem, there's homicides, and the reporters need a go-to person, that was me. So I was the person that did that. I got promoted to corporal, moved on to recruitment, got promoted to sergeant, moved on to, I stayed in recruitment for a little bit and then got moved on to equal employment and then got promoted to lieutenant in equal employment.
Very nice, impressive. All right, I would like to talk to Carissa Llewellyn at this time. Hello, Carissa.
Sir?
So, you know, one of our classes within the communications journalism program is diversity in the media. Can you tell me a bit more about how the slate diversifies its content?
Well, we encourage everyone. I haven't actually taken the course, unfortunately.
Oh,
but
you're missing out. It's a very fun
yes,
course.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm a senior. I missed that requirement. But we encourage everyone. I mean, we do as many informational meetings. Anyone is welcome to write for us. Winner actually writes for us every week for our opinion section. So we encourage everyone. I mean, anyone can write about anything they'd like. The opinion section is very wide open. To do that, we encourage everyone. So.
Let me just break in here. Don't hesitate if you have any questions or comments. Please feel free to come up to the microphone.
Definitely. This question is for everyone, if anyone has anything to say. How well do you think the idea of diversity has evolved over time?
Not all at once.
Since I'm one of the senior members of this panel, and having been a child of the 60s, I can tell you that diversity has definitely evolved over time. When I was a kid, there were restrooms that I couldn't go in and water fountains that I could not drink out of. And now, being here, 2011, what I love about coming up from the 60s and here I am now in 2011 is that I see such a remarkable change. Meaning, what I mean by that is that you're so accepting of everyone. There was a when I said one word about what you're going through right now. Same thing for you. So, and God bless the little lady over here too, because she would have been picked on relentlessly. So it's just wonderful, and I really applaud your generation because you all are so you embrace one another, and it's just wonderful to see. It's just a wonderful time. I think you all are coming up in a wonderful time, and you're going to see great things here in the future.
I think as the idea of diversity evolves, it becomes we're constantly challenged to think about new things that we haven't thought about before. So we go from the feminist movement to then including transgender. We go from thinking about race relations, but then also bringing disability into the picture, right? And various ethnicities and various internationalities. And the picture becomes really complicated. And it's so exciting to be able to think about who individuals really want to be and how to treat people as individuals. It also represents real challenges for this generation of new professionals to think in terms of institutions and policies. What do we do with bathrooms? What do we do with height of counters? What do we do when we're creating our rules? And now we have this much different picture. And so it's both an exciting time, it's also a very challenging time, I think.
Absolutely.